Do you ever boot up a game, sit down, ready to play, and 5 minutes later you're already back in your library hunting for something else? You tell yourself, all right, I'll give this one a shot. But an hour later, you've bounced between 3 or 4 different games and somehow ended up not playing anything at all. It's not that you didn't want to play. You genuinely did. You just couldn't settle. That weird restlessness is way more common than we think, and it all comes down to overstimulation. Most of us have more games than we'll ever finish, even before you add in all the new releases stacking onto the backlog like a tower of shame. Instant access to hundreds of worlds, glowing reviews, hype trailers, gorgeous screenshots, Reddit threads telling you, bro, you need to play this. Eventually, you stop appreciating any of it. You become addicted to sampling games instead of actually experiencing them. Psychologists actually have a name for this: task switching cost. Every time you jump from one task to another, your brain has to dump old info and load new info. Even if that takes seconds, it chips away at your focus. One study from the University of California found that rapid switching between digital tasks can slash your focus by nearly 40%. You're still busy, but you're running on a fraction of your attention span. And with gaming, it's even worse. Every time you swap games, you're relearning controls, adjusting to new mechanics, new pacing, new goals, new everything. By your third or fourth switch, you've mentally drained yourself without actually doing anything meaningful. No wonder so many of us feel like we don't get lost in games the way we used to. We remember what it felt like to spend whole weekends in one world, following one story, becoming obsessed with one character. It felt magical. Now we have more options than ever, and somehow, a lot less satisfaction. We've built habits that destroy immersion. Every quick switch sends the message, don't commit, and eventually that becomes the default. A constant loop of starting and stopping without ever diving in. The ironic part? Gaming is supposed to be one of the best ways to focus. It's structured, engaging, rewarding, but the way we consume games now, endless choice, instant gratification, zero cooldown between experiences, has made us forget what deep focus gaming even feels like. And that's what this whole experiment is about. 1 week, 1 game to bring that focus back, to remind yourself what gaming used to feel like. When you stick with just one game, something subtle happens. You stop burning energy deciding what to play. Your brain settles into the world's rhythm. Muscle memory hits faster, reactions get smoother. Your mind stops scattering itself across a dozen different universes. This is where you start rebuilding your focus. Psychology calls this flow, that state where time disappears, your actions feel effortless, and you're fully absorbed in the moment. Video games are practically designed for flow. Studies in Frontiers in Psychology show that games constantly balance challenge and skill, which is the perfect recipe for this state. But you can't reach flow if you keep resetting. Every game swap destroys your momentum. That's why gaming often leaves people feeling drained instead of refreshed. Your attention never stabilizes long enough to go deep. Then there's decision fatigue. Tiny choices add up, and modern gaming is full of them. What to play, which mode, which difficulty, which class, which build. When you cut those decisions down, you free up a surprising amount of mental energy. And that opens the door to something called attention restoration. Originally studied in natural environments, walking through a forest, sitting by water, researchers now see similar effects in immersive digital spaces. Whether it's a real landscape or a virtual one, the principle is the same. Consistency calms you. After a few days in one game, your mind adapts. The world becomes familiar. The mechanics become second nature. Suddenly, you aren't fighting your brain to stay focused. It just happens. That's the feeling so many gamers have lost. So here's the little test that can bring it back. For 1 week, pick one game and make it your only game. Nothing extreme, no extra hours, no strict rules. The only thing you change is variety. Instead of splitting your attention across 5 different games, pour it into one and watch what happens. Here's how to set it up. Step 1, choose the right game, something you know you enjoy or something you've been meaning to play for a while. It should have enough depth to hold your attention, not something hyper-repetitive or stressful. Story helps, comfort helps. Don't overthink it, but don't pick a game you already know you dislike. Step 2, stick with it for a week, or if you don't have much time, set a goal like 10 hours. You're not banning yourself from browsing Steam or anything, You're just removing the need to choose every session. Step 3, before each session, take 5 seconds to ask yourself how you feel. After you're done, ask again, do I feel better, worse, or the same? If you want, jot it down. Session length, mood before, mood after. This connects your gaming time to your actual well-being. Across the week, you should notice 3 things. 1, you settle in faster. No more spending the first 20 minutes remembering controls or the story. Your brain snaps back instantly. 2, you feel less scattered. With fewer resets, your attention feels smoother. You're less tempted to pause, switch, or check your phone. 3, you feel more satisfied. Your progress, your story, your mastery, they're all in one place. It feels meaningful instead of fragmented. And if the opposite happens, that's helpful too. Maybe the game wasn't right for your current headspace. Maybe you need shorter sessions, a more relaxing genre, or something totally different. The goal isn't to force yourself into playing one game forever. It's to understand how focus and choice shape your experience. Healthy gaming isn't about playing less, it's about how those hours feel. So if you've been stuck in that indecisive, unsatisfied loop, try the one game week. Think of it as a reset, not a challenge. You might be surprised how quickly gaming starts feeling calm, immersive, and actually restorative again. And if it works, keep it going. This is how I game most of the time now. One main game I commit to, and maybe a small, chill side game for when I only have 20 to 30 minutes. But yeah, sticking to one game isn't easy at first. There's endless choice, endless hype, endless new releases dropping into Game Pass or Steam every week. But trust me, give this a real try and you'll be glad you did. It completely changed gaming for me as an adult. I actually fell out of love with games for over a year, and this simple shift brought it all back. I enjoy games now more than I have in years. And yeah, if you watch Game Tier often, you already know I'm terrible at goodbyes.